Marvel Studios is taking a big swing with their latest film, Thunderbolts, and it's time to talk about it. Let's go! What's going on, everyone? Napier from wearecritics.com, and today we're here to talk about, breakdown, and review Marvel Studios' latest action adventure, Thunderbolts. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Directed by Jake Schreier. This film stars a band of misfits that we all known as villains and anti-heroes throughout the cinematic universe of Marvel for some time, which was Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour is in this, Wyatt Russell is back, Hannah John Kamen is in this, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and introducing Lewis Pullman as the Sentry, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, now, before I talk about what I thought about this film, let's talk a little bit about what this is, because I want to be brief, because I want you guys to all go rush and see this film as soon as I'm done. Now, this film follows, again, a band of misfits and some anti-heroes that were once villains within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You may have seen them pop up in movies, TV shows. Now, they got their own film, and they got to somehow band together because there are no Avengers right now. So who are we left with? We're left with the leftovers, and they may or may not be able to save the world from one of its most intimidating and terrifying threats, known as the Void. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get into about the Void a little bit. Spoiler free, of course. This review here is going to be absolutely spoiler free. I promise not to spoil anything for you guys, but I will give you my experience and tell you what to expect going into this film. Now, I will say this. The Thunderbolts, very, very heavy. It's a very heavy storyline, very dark. Even the color palette, if you watch this thing, there's literally no colors in this thing whatsoever. I think the brightest thing in this thing is probably Sentry and David Harbour's character, Red Guardian. And that's not even kidding. But for the most part, tonally, narrative, it's very dark, it's very heavy in the best possible way. This doesn't feel like your average MCU movie. Like, a lot of the rules are broken in this thing in a way where it feels very fresh and very engaging in the best possible way. Now, I will say this, going into this thing, one of the things that I've absolutely noticed off rip from jump was the writing, the screenwriting in this film. Hats off to Eric Pearson and Joanne Joanne Calo, or Calo, sorry, Calo, Calo. Hats off, man. I'm telling you, right, like, that's going to be one of the things that I think a lot of people are going to take from this is the narrative. The writing in this thing is pretty tight knit. A lot of everything in this feels on purpose, and that there was an absolute plan. It doesn't feel thrown together like a lot of the movies that we've seen throughout the MCU, and I appreciated that, because I'm sitting back and I'm watching it, and I'm watching the beats, and they're answering the questions. How did this lead to this? How did this character lead to that? How did this situation? It's pretty damn tight. So shout out to them. And if you want to know what their caliber is, when I'm talking about Eric Pearson, we're talking about, he did Thor Ragnarok, one of the best Thors, arguably. He did Black Widow, and he also did Transformers 1, ladies and gentlemen. And then Joanne, the other, the other writer in this, she is known for co-executive producing and executive producing The Bear and Hacks. So I mean, you got two of the best, most relevant writers in the industry right now tackling this, and they do a phenomenal job. I'm gonna go and say the ensemble on this, the crossover chemistry, I haven't seen anything this tight knit since Infinity War. Not Endgame. I'm gonna go Infinity War, because the way that these characters come together is so warranted and so explained, and it just flows very well for me. Like, I really enjoy the narrative in this movie so much that you're holding your breath, and then you're like, oh, they stuck the landing. Thank God. So yeah, that's one of the best things that I could say about Thunderbolts, is that the narrative, the screenwriting, the screenplay is definitely on point, and enough to get excited for what's to come in the MCU. I hope, going into the next film, the next phase, or whatever, they're following this type of formula when it comes to ensemble and character building and world building. You really get dropped into an entirely different world. You understand what everyone is going through now that there are no Avengers around to save the day, and we have to rely on this band of misfits to kind of help us and guide us into the light. It is a very emotional redemption story. Every character gets an arc except for one character who I really wish they did a little bit more with Hannah, the ghost. I really like that character is really interesting to me and gets more interesting to me throughout this film. I feel like there's a lot about her that could have been explored, but I feel like they gave us more of that in Ant-Man, but it's missed. Something's missed with that character in this movie. She's great. She shows up. She's in it. She gets to play. But I feel like a lot of the other characters got a little bit more build than she gets in this film. Red Guardian, man, David Harbour is the heart of this film. He saves the day a lot narratively. He is like the eyes of the fans, the audience. We cheer what Red Guardian cheers for. We want what he wants in this film, and they nailed that pretty well. Now, Bucky, listen, they knew. This is what I'm telling you about the writing. They knew exactly what to do with Bucky. Bucky is for the OGs. He's for us. He's for the people that have been with the MCU for a very long time. He is the anchor. We understand when Bucky shows up, we're like, let's go, because we know, listen, yeah, we got some newbies, but we also got Bucky. It's like, listen, man, they just melted this thing very, very well. I really, the only thing I think that I have bad to say about this, there's two things. Couple of CGI moments, specifically, nothing that we've seen in the trailer, so I don't want to spoil. But there's three moments, CGI moments. There's two CGI moments that I'm gonna count as one, that kind of play a little wonky. Maybe it'll look better on IMAX. I saw IMAX, but it wasn't like true IMAX. For those of you who know what I mean, they have IMAX and then there's true IMAX. But it was a little to me. Then there is a moment in the film where, and I'm no spoilers, of course. There's a moment where a character is supposed to help out the other characters, and the other characters are disguised while they're waiting on that other character, and the character knows who they are without knowing what they were going to do to disguise themselves. So it was just kind of weird that this character kind of comes in and knew exactly where they were, who they were, and what to do, but that's neither here nor here. It doesn't make sense to you now, but when you watch it, you guys will hopefully know what I mean. Now, the third thing that I had an issue with, a lot of this narrative, although it's good, and a lot of people were giving references of Suicide Squad. This is Marvel's Suicide Squad. No. What you need to be worried about is the boys. Some of these moments, specifically with Valentina, played by Julia Dreyfus, feel a little the boys. I don't want to give context. I don't want to give too much, but you'll know what I mean when you see the film. There are moments that just feel like the boys, but the heavy topics and emotion and that light Marvel tone kind of save the day for you. Like, it becomes its own movie, it becomes its own thing. But I would not hate on anyone that feels as though there are like vibes of the boys when watching this particular Marvel movie. That's really all I gotta say about this film, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I think that Marvel really, like, this one, Thunderbolts really makes it feel cool to be the bad guy in this movie, particularly. I said that in my out of the theater reaction. A lot of fun, a lot of action. The heaviest film, your heart is gonna be tested, and for those who relate to some of these characters, you may shed a tear. I got a little weepy in some of these scenes, but it's definitely, wow, it's a different kind of Marvel movie, but a lot of the same. A lot of the same, but just very fresh. And I'm excited to see where the rest of the MCU is going, leading into Fantastic Four, leading into Doomsday. Oh man, I'm going to see this movie 2 more times this week. I really, really, it was better than Captain America in my eyes. Brave New World. It's better than a lot of things that we've seen. Character wise, character build, character ensemble. It's just a load of fun, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm going to say about the Thunderbolts. I don't want to drag on too much about this film. There are 2 post-credit scenes. Make sure you're sticking around specifically for that very, very last one. A lot of you will not be disappointed. I promise you. It was worth the wait. That's all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, check out wearecritics.com. See Thunderbolts May 2nd. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.